Hey everybody, welcome back to the Centaur Fragrance channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. My name is Benjamin, and I do review fragrances, colognes, perfumes, and all things scent related. So if you want to learn about fragrances, find the best fragrances for the money, and have some fun, be smelling fantastic, that's what this is all about. Join me on this fragrance journey, and today is a fantastic top 10 list. I think one of the best topics that I've ever thought of, and that you might ever watch, if I dare say so. This is all about not smelling like the ex. I want to talk about this real quick, make this point really clear before I jump into these 10 fragrances, because you can wear any fragrance for date night if it's a good aquatic, and if it's a sweet fragrance, or if it's a sweet aquatic, you can get away with those kinds of fragrances. If it's a sweet, honeyed, maybe a little bit of tobacco, maybe a tiny bit, you can get away with it. But we want to have you smelling unique. If you're more into a long-term relationship instead of a fling, this is the kind of list for you. And or if you just want to be unmistakable, unique, and it's a signature scent kind of thing for you and that special somebody, on those special kind of nights. So I want to make this list because you want to stand out. You don't want to smell like the ex. Trust me, that is a huge negative, maybe more than you could ever imagine if you smell like the ex. So no Aqua di Gio, no La Nuit de L'Homme, even though it's fantastic. If you live outside of a big city, you can possibly get away with it. No Dolce Gabbana the One, or any really accessible, really hyped fragrance, just like in the mainstream. So let's jump into these fragrances, and trust me, these are some of the best out there, and they really are great. So the first one I have is a cheapie, a affordable fragrance I wanted to bring to your attention. One of the ones that I think in the most confident, just easily recommend this fragrance to you. This is Lacoste Pour Homme, sometimes called Lacoste Pour Homme Gray. What you're getting here is a classy, refined kind of lavender fragrance with a beautiful plum. It does lean on the gourmand side a little bit, but it's still clean and aromatic and transparent. The lavender in this fragrance does not smell old-fashioned. It does not smell, annoying, or I don't know, vintage, anything like that. You're getting a very modern fragrance here, even though this fragrance was released a little while back. This fragrance has stood the test of time. This is one of the best classy gentleman fragrances that does have that appeal, that magnetism. It really pulls people in, and it's attractive. And it's easy to wear. It's easy on the budget. Just about any guy could wear this. It's not particularly for the younger crowd. I still think if you're a young guy, that Paco Rabanne 1 Million Lucky is perhaps not super mainstream, so you might be able to get away with it. But if you're a little bit more of a mature man, this list and this fragrance is definitely for you. So check this one out. A fantastic fragrance, not the most natural, but for about 20 bucks or so, 25 bucks, this is hard to beat for a full-size bottle. So check out Lacoste Pour Homme Gray. It's a winner. So let's talk about the next one, guys, and maybe gals out there. If you're looking for a fantastic gift, if you're a guy, definitely check this one out. This is one of my favorites. This is Zurius Rouge. When you wear this fragrance, you're pure class, you demand respect. It smells a little bit like a very refined, very classy version of Jupe. It does have a little bit of that sweet, almost like cherry-like vibe underneath it all, but this fragrance has a little bit of a powdery quality, and there's definitely a green, like fresh cactus vibe to it. I've never had a fragrance besides Hefe by Guy Fawkes kind of use that cactus note, and the cactus kind of vibe in this fragrance is beautiful. It gives this fragrance a real kind of exotic nature, and with that red kind of cola vibe, it's a very nice fragrance. There's something special about this one, and again, it dries down smooth, inviting, easy breezy, but it does smell like a cool cat kind of fragrance. It does smell like you have some dough, you have some bread, you have some money. However, the cool kids are saying it these days. This one smells you're somebody special and important, and that's how you want to smell, perhaps on a date night. So a very classy, refined fragrance, a very good fragrance. I think it's very modern. I don't think that this is dated at all. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Zurius Rouge is a winner of a fragrance, and you can find this one about the $25-$30 mark too. Worth every penny. Check it out. So let's talk about a fragrance that I've talked about a little bit on my channel. It's a wonderful fragrance. I really do adore this one. This is Happyland Signature. Guys, for the quality and for the price and for the concentration of this fragrance, I don't know if it can be beat. For the date night, this is probably the best honey tobacco kind of fragrance for the money. Again, about $50 or so for it's a 50 mil, which is still a fantastic value, and it's bite size. It's very strong, very long lasting. This stuff is one of the best performers. It's an extrait, and it just smells beautiful and intoxicating. It's kind of hard to describe. The tobacco is kind of like a fresher tobacco without being green. The honey is there, just like you would like it, and the leather is kind of fresh as well. So this fragrance does have a little bit of a mature feel, but it does have a freshness and an energy about it. It's not mellow or as dark as you might imagine a tobacco fragrance could be. So a very sweet, a very playful, almost gourmand type of honey tobacco fragrance, and it really does pull in the attention. This has got me compliments. This has got me unsolicited compliments. People have been able to notice this on me. I even decanted this fragrance and sprayed a little bit on my fingers, and people noticed this fragrance when I went to the checkout. So this stuff has serious performance and the quality. I don't know if it can be beat for the price, guys. It is a real winner. So let's jump to the next one, guys. This one is near and dear to my heart, even though I just recently got it. This is Sacred by Louis Cardon. It's a remarkable fragrance, guys. It is a deep, smoky, ambery vanilla. If you've ever wanted to try vanilla, Elborn is fantastic. You got to try that one out. But guys, this one is unisex. Yes, it is a vanilla. Yes, you macho men out there might not want to smell like vanilla, but trust me, you can pull this one off. This one is not hard to wear, and it is intoxicating. This is a addictive fragrance, guys. A addictive, remarkable, beautiful fragrance that is just hard to beat. Check out Louis Cardon's Sacred. I think it's more easily accessible on eBay. I think I saw somebody even selling it in the like early 30s, so $33 or so, which is an unbelievable value for 100 mils of this juice. So really good quality for the money. Beautiful vanilla fragrance, smoky. You're getting amber. Has good performance. Beautiful fragrance. Check out Louis Cardon Sacred. I think that if you're a man and you've always wanted a good vanilla, it's going to be hard to beat. So guys, this is a new acquisition, a new purchase in my collection, but it's quickly risen to the top. You're not going to smell like your ex with this fragrance. You're not going to smell like any of the other boys or guys or macho men out there. This one is none other than Ferragamo Signature. This one still has the tiramisu note. It does lean on the gourmand side. If you're unfamiliar with tiramisu, it smells kind of like almond, kind of like glazed sugar, like off of a donut, and it's beautiful. It's kind of a little bit rich and buttery, and it's just a beautiful note. Signature makes it a little bit more masculine. It's not as bold as the original. If you're a younger guy, just go for the original. But if you want something a little bit more reserved, if you want something with a little bit of leather, it's a tiny bit darker. Ferragamo Signature is a beautiful fragrance. Date night, fall night, this fragrance is just a kind of a king of the night. And I think that this deserves serious attention. And I think that people should seriously be checking this fragrance out. This one is hard to beat, hard to dislike, and it just checks all kinds of boxes. Good performance and a good price. You can find this one for about $35 or so. Ferragamo Signature is quickly risen to the top. Trust me, it's a beautiful one. So the next one I have to share with y'all is none other than Maharis. This one is by El Herbolorio. A fantastic fragrance. I've talked about this one a good bit on my channel. I guess I'm hyping it, but nothing else out there is going to smell like this. It's a musky, beautiful, ambery, spicy fragrance with a good amount of vanilla as it dries down. A very unisex fragrance. Your lady might want to smell like this and steal some sprays, but trust me, the clove and the spiciness and the musky vibe added to this beautiful kind of modern vanilla is just a treat to wear. It's beautiful, and trust me, it's not the strongest performer of a fragrance, but it's distinctive, and there's something special about it. It has good sillage, and the price is just right as well. You can find this one for about $40 or so for about 50 mils. So it's a good value for what it is. It smells unique. It does have a little bit of similarity to Musk Ravageur, but very few people wear that, and it is quite a different fragrance. That one is very bold, very masculine, kind of hard to wear. This one is more soft, inviting, more of a date night, more of a gourmand kind of flanker to Musk Ravageur. So a beautiful fragrance, highly recommended. Check them out. Check out Maharis if you want that Italian vibe, or if you want that playful, spicy vanilla vibe. Spiced vanilla, just to perfection. So check this one out. I really do think it's a winner. So guys, I'm going to jump to some decants here. I do not have full-size bottles of these, but I hope to very soon. The first one here is Black Tie Affair. I have talked a good amount about this fragrance for a good reason. Black Tie Affair is a real winner of a fragrance. It's supposedly a clone of Tuxedo by YSL. I don't get a lot of that myself. It does have a little bit of that vibe in the first couple seconds, but overall, again, it's just a sweet kind of leather infusion of a fragrance. But this one, it has almost like a almost like the leather it's like a candied leather. Like if you got leather and you decide to cook it in a little bit of sugar, added a little bit of ginger and cardamom for sure with that gray vibe. This one is a remarkable fragrance, a beautiful fragrance, and to me, it's much better than things like the modern versions of La Nuit de l'Homme. This stuff has much better performance. It's a little bit more unique. Has a little bit more character, and it is still a showstopper, and it still is very attractive to the ladies. So if you're trying to find a reliable fragrance that you can wear every time, that the ladies will appreciate, Black Tie Affair is really hard to beat. Check this one out. It's a winner. It is a real winner. So the next one is none other than Hafez 1984. It's by Alexandre as well. And just like Black Tie Affair, you can find both of these for about $60 or so for, I think it's a full-size bottle. I'll have to check up on that. But, or about 60 mils perhaps. But it's a really nice fragrance. If you haven't checked it out, you got to. It smells, it might remind you of things like Bentley Intense a little bit, maybe like Encre Noir El Extreme just a little bit, but it is its own fragrance. This fragrance is not particularly similar to anything out there, but it does have something that makes it a little bit familiar. What you're getting, definitely, though, is a beautiful woody fragrance. There's a lot of wood in the dry down to this. If you like woody fragrances, guys, this one has enough sweetness. It has a little bit of playfulness. It's a beautiful fragrance. I feel like there's a little bit, the spice in this is kind of unique in the top. It must have a little bit of cardamom, but the spices and the kind of a little bit of that classic quality to this is very nice. But yet it has sweetness, and yet it has a very nice woodiness to it, kind of like cedar. So if you like woody fragrances, guys, and you want a date night fragrance, I think that Hafez 1984 is one of the best fragrances and one of the hardest to beat. If you want that kind of fragrance, if you're a fan of woody fragrances, highly recommend that fragrance. So we're getting to the end, guys. We're to the second last fragrance. This is none other than Starry Night by Montal. Starry Night is a beautiful fragrance. I have not talked about this fragrance on my channel at all. This is a decant I just got. And guys, trust me, I let my mom and I let some other people try this one. And it's a showstopper. I don't know what to say about Starry Nights. They put some magic in this fragrance. They did an amazing job. And Starry Nights is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. There's a sparkly lemon off the top. It just seems to dance. It's like sparkling. And as it dries down, it becomes a charming and soft. Not really powdery, but it is a soft kind of fragrance. It has a charming quality to it. A little bit like fabric, perhaps a little bit like powder. But overall, it's very well blended and very smooth. A romantic fragrance. Check out Starry Night. It does remind me of Midnight in Paris just a little bit. And the stuff has good performance. It's easily accessible. And the citrus on top is really interesting. I've never seen a fragrance, especially I think Montal might be considered a designer, but especially for this price range, where there was an opening that was completely different from the mid and the dry down, and there, it was such a nice transition, and it was kind of just like a hello, and the opening's very fun, and then you get to smell the rest of the fragrance. So very fun fragrance, very interesting. It's, if you just apply this on and go on to your date, I think that they would be very interested in seeing how this fragrance develops on you and becomes one with your skin, because this one is beautiful and there's some magic to it. Starry Night by Montal. I don't know what else to say. It's a good one, and I need to test it more, but it's a really good fragrance. The last one I have to share with y'all today, one that's going to help you not smell like your ex. Your ex has never smelled this fragrance before, and might never smell it on anybody else besides you. This one is Get a Room by Confessions of a Rebel. Now, you are getting a sweet fragrance. I have mentioned that a lot of these are sweet. A lot of ladies tend to like aquatics or sweet fragrances, and boy, is this one of those that just does it right. It doesn't have an aquatic nature. There is a freshness to it, but there definitely is sweetness. It's very playful. It has a little bit of a fruity nuance, but it's not a fruity fragrance. It smells a little bit like clothes. It smells intoxicating. It has these interesting nuances that just really capture that feeling of two people ready for action, if you know what I mean. So a very good fragrance for that. It's perfectly unisex. It does have a little bit of a plum vibe. Really hard to describe. Check out the notes online. But really good fragrance. You got to check it out. This is Get a Room by Confessions of a Rebel, and I do recommend this fragrance if you're just perhaps for a younger guy or somebody who's in his early 20s who wants something very playful, very unique, and definitely can draw in the compliments and be unmistakable. Make a fragrance memory, smell like nobody else, and if you ever do break up, they will remember you. They'll never probably come across another person smelling like this, and they'll always remember how good you smelled. So Get a Room is fantastic juice. So I want to thank all of y'all for sticking by and watching this video here today. This was a bit of a long video. My top 10 lists tend to be just like everybody else's, but these are fantastic winners of fragrances. I think that I brought some unique fragrances out to y'all that could be date fragrances that are going to be a little bit more unique in the designer world. I tried to bring some of the more available and affordable fragrances up to you early. So just remember that Lacoste Gray is very affordable, and Zurius Rouge, and some of these are very good value for the money. So check them out. I think that a lot of these, really all of them, are worth it. They're worth every penny. So check these out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what date fragrances you wear. If you like this topic, if you think standing out from the ex, or making a real strong fragrance impression with that somebody special is something that you care about. I think that it's a topic that needs to be explored in the fragrance community, and I think that needs to be talked about in the fragrance world, because you don't want to smell just like everybody else. You want to smell special for that special somebody. So thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate you. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video. We're on the road to 2,000, and we got big things ahead of us. This channel is growing. This channel does have success, and there's a reason for it, and I want to thank every single one of y'all for making that happen, for making this channel a success. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. We're going to grow and go places, no doubt about it, and I want to thank you for being here today. Again, I'll see you next time. I upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for y'all, so I'll see you next time. Check me out on Scentitar Fragrance Family, my group on Facebook, and connect with me on Facebook, Scentitar Fragrance, and check me out on Instagram, Scentitar_fragrance. Check me out. I'll see y'all next time. Wear what you love, everybody. Peace out.